Comfort horror films? That might seem like a contradiction to some people, but real horror fans will know exactly what it means. Everyone's comfort horror films will be different, but our mysterious founder is sharing 4 of their favorites for you to try for yourself. There's a campy 1980s horror comedy, an American vampire romp, a British slow burner, and an all-time horror classic on this list. Real horror fans won't want to miss any of these. The Lair of the White Worm. Controversial Oscar-winning British director Ken Russell goes super campy in this 1988 film. Very loosely based on Dracula writer Bram Stoker's novel, The Lair of the White Worm follows a group of young people who discover a giant serpent skull in the garden of a rural English manor. Could this be the skull of the White Worm spoken about in local legends? This fun movie features all the flamboyant, psychosexual imagery that Ken Russell fans will be hoping for. Plus, it features an early career performance from Paddington 2 star Hugh Grant. It's everything a horror fan could want from a quiet night in. From Dusk Till Dawn. We'll say right away, this is not a franchise. We're talking about the original film that inspired the TV show and several other, less accomplished movies. Released in 1966, it was directed by American B-movie filmmaker Robert Rodriguez from a script written by Quentin Tarantino. It stars Tarantino himself and George Clooney as the Geckos, 2 brothers on the run from the law after a crime spree.
We might be in trouble.
They kidnap a family on holiday, played by the captivating Julia Lewis, a newcomer, Ernest Liu as the teenage kids of the great Harvey Keitel's character. The Gecko brothers promise the family they will be let go, as long as they help them get across the border into Mexico. However, that's a promise that will not be kept when the party accidentally finds themselves in a vampire bar. This is a film of 2 halves, but both are equally great. The first is a tense getaway crime film, as we wait to see the heinous crimes Tarantino's unhinged character may commit against a traumatized family. The second is a super cool, gory, Mexican vampire bloodbath, featuring Salma Hayek as a vampire dancer, the legendary Cheech Marin, B-movie stars Fred Williamson and Danny Trejo, and a full band, Tito and Tarantula, playing instruments made of human body parts. It's as good as it sounds. Sightseers. This 2012 horror comedy directed by Ben Wheatley is as black as any comedy could hope to be. It stars Steve Oram, a comedian and great director in his own right, and Alice Lowe, another great director who's probably best known for playing Madeline Wool in the cult comedy horror series Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. But this film is more of a slow burner than that show. It follows a new couple, Chris and Tina, as they set out on a caravanning holiday together in the English countryside. However, it quickly becomes apparent that they don't know each other very well, and it's possible one of them is hiding a very dark secret. But, weirdly, it looks like the other might be into it. Maybe even too into it. It's hilarious, tense, and an ending that will make you gasp out loud. The Wicker Man. You don't get more classic than this. This 1973 folk horror directed by Robin Hardy has to be on your list if you're a genuine horror fan. It stars Edward Woodward as Sergeant Neil Howie, who receives an anonymous request to journey to a remote Scottish island to help the locals investigate the disappearance of a missing girl. However, when he arrives, the isolated population claims that the little girl never existed. But something is definitely wrong, and their strange, pagan-like rituals quickly begin to look more sinister. It features a great cast, including Bond girl Britt Ekland and Hammer horror star Christopher Lee. It was remade in 2006, but we'll save our review of that one for a different kind of list. Most of these films are available on streaming platforms like Apple TV, Prime Video and more, so get watching. Want more horror? Click here to see our list of creepy horror shorts you can watch on YouTube right now.
The experience of a lifetime.
And horror fans, Tell us your personal comfort horror films in the comments before hitting subscribe.